Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of the Onsite podcast with Varun. I, of course, am Varun. Today, I'm joined by Ishaan, a Manchester City fan. How are you, Ishaan?
I'm good. How are you?
Um, uh, I'm great. Thanks for joining us today. I know for our viewers, that's two words we don't hear often. Manchester City fan can't seem to fill their stadiums these days, but search the corners of the earth and I found one. And today we're going to discuss the topic which Man City have come under heavy scrutiny for, from the summer, which is the fact that they don't have a number nine, they don't have a striker. We know for a fact they submitted a bid for Harry Kane during the transfer window this summer. Fabrizio Romano, our transfer guru, had confirmed it, which was of course rejected by Spurs. And they don't have a number nine this season. Whenever they lose, it's apparently the fact that they don't have a number nine. It's that fault. Whenever they win, it's not required. What are your thoughts on this?
So I mean, a striker is essential to every team. Quoting Pep, I guess, goalkeepers are specialists. You need a goalkeeper. The same way strikers are specialists. You can't say I don't need a goalkeeper because Kyle Walker is there. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it. So you in every team
Not
you
a bad
can't
option,
rely.
no, Kyle Walker. Not a bad option.
I mean, I would be down if Edison ever makes any West Ham mistakes again. Or so you need a striker essentially. I mean, Pep has been using numerous players in that number nine position, playing them
Yeah.
as false nines.
Yeah.
The 18, drawn one, taken 52 out of 54 points. That is league title for. Here is Henry. Can he bounce back for Barca? Oh, yeah!
But in the end, false nine has its advantages and disadvantages. In some cases, well, it's not the right option to go for. When
Yeah.
you're playing against teams like Chelsea, where they have three center backs in the back, even
Very
if the false
compact.
nine, if
Yeah.
you use it, exactly, it won't work effectively. And that's why you can see they lost in the Champions League last season also.
Yeah.
Like Tuchel was the main, I'm sorry for my pronunciation, but
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Tuchel was his Pep's weakness because
Yeah.
we didn't have a striker, and so the 3-4-3 which they were using, or the any other formation, someone was always there when they tried to like implement that false nine coming forward.
Yeah.
So
But is the system, I mean, is the issue with the false nine system or the players being used for the false nine system? Because Pep has always used the false nine system wherever he's went. That he used it in Barca. I mean, the other false nine was someone called Messi. You might have heard of him. He's done okay in his career. And he's used that
yeah.
system in all the three clubs he's managed till now. So, as I said, is a system, is it something wrong with the system or the players being used?
So what I think is, before Pep, it wasn't always his go-to tactic, right? It was something
Yeah.
he would roll up his sleeve and
Yeah.
like to maybe to be unpredictable. But now his fifth year in City, this is his go-to tactic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it predictable, but all teams know that um like City has that thing of passing the like passing so much the other team
Yeah.
like almost dies.
Sleep off.
So and they yeah. So that the same way they are expecting the false nine and they can like maneuver a little. So for that flexibility, I think you need the striker. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think it's the problem with the system. The system is ingenious,
Yeah.
but you can't always use it, and you
Yeah.
need a little bit of flexibility. And
And
well,
I mean, Pep has always said the reason. I mean, we know for the fact that Pep, as you said, he loves to pass the ball, the 6 second rule. He wants possession at all costs, right? And when we have a number
yeah,
nine, we have. I mean, number nines are usually very rigid. They're not comfortable on the ball. They're finishers, right? They're
yeah,
poachers
yeah.
mostly. We have a Giroud's, Icardis, who are like prime examples. Even Ronaldo has become a poacher. It's that the issue. He doesn't want a number nine. It can decrease the fluidity which Man City play in.
Yeah, so the one reason I am a fan of the false nine, the one reason I like it is because it creates that fluidity.
Yeah.
Because when you use players like Gundogan or De Bruyne, they always have that playmaking mindset as well.
Yeah.
Instead
Exactly.
of that, oh, I just need to tap in the goal, oh, I need to take the shot. So I do enjoy that system. Um, but I mean, there are pros and cons, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah. And I mean, we know like who's your ideal choice? If City get a striker, who should it be in your opinion?
so Kane, of course, the
Yeah,
perfect choice, but Spurs
didn't
being
happen.
Spurs, the only
Yeah,
reason Spurs is kind of alive right now is Kane. So
this
because
season, I wouldn't say so for this season. He's been a
the only
ghost.
reason they are where they are right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely. Yeah,
let's see if Conte makes any difference. But
yeah.
um,
Hopefully he will. Yeah,
so Kane was the ideal choice, because he can be that false nine,
yeah,
and he can play the traditional striker role. So that flexibility was perfect for what City needs.
yeah.
If not Kane, I mean, I was excited for the 2 weeks of, or not even 2 weeks, the 3 days of Ronaldo coming to
Ronaldo.
City as well,
Yeah,
because ideally it would be like a 2-year contract maybe, and by
yeah,
that time Kane might have like gotten his the issues sorted with Spurs, and they might have been ready to sell him, and so
yeah,
it would be a very good temporary replacement.
yeah.
Other than those strikers, I mean, I was looking at Lautaro Martinez, in
Yeah,
fact, because Inter were going through financial issues, and he's at his peak right now, or
exactly.
like the past 2 years, his partnership
Yeah,
with Baku at his peak. Playing style also suits City pretty well, and I was in fact hoping maybe City would pass a bid for him, but didn't
that didn't
happen. So
happen. Yeah, and
yeah.
you were saying something. Even there were talks of even Haaland coming in possibly, right, for the future.
I mean, yeah, but he's way too costly, and I think
Yeah, exactly.
even though City has all the money after Grealish, I don't think they were ready to spend Haaland amount of money.
Yeah,
Although Kane is not very far from that, but Haaland, while being young and all, his price tag obviously like goes
is
way
high,
above Kane's.
and his agent
So
is a nasty piece. Mino Raiola.
yeah, exactly.
Don't
Yeah.
like him at all. But that's a different topic. Again, as we were talking, whenever we talk about City need a striker, it's a lack of finishing, right? You might have seen the PSG match where even though PSG won 2-0, City had so many chances. Bernardo Silva missed
They deserved
something
to
I would
win,
have
but
scored in
they
my
didn't.
sleep. Anyone would have scored. But the point is, they're missing a lot of chances, right? It's something which a finisher can do. And we're talking
Yeah.
about players who play in the false line for City. It's always changing. We have Gundogan, De Bruyne, Silva, even Foden. Is it just should they just work on their finishing ability? Is that just a simple solution? Because they are creating plenty of chances, right?
So I think, well, the finishing is absolutely a problem. In fact, I don't know, I was going through stats, and
Yeah,
City's conversion rates this season is like
has been really, yeah. They're
10th in the
tenth
Prem.
in the league, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, when they've never been below fourth.
top four.
So you need a finisher, and I do think they are working on it. Like if you see Gundogan's box to box play has
Yeah,
improved
has
like
improved a lot.
tremendously over this season. In fact, I think he should be, if Pep decides to like continue the false nine system, he should be the go-to.
Yeah,
Like De Bruyne can like, I mean, like play in his traditional role, and so can others. Gundogan has, I think Pep is making like pushing him towards that role.
yeah,
Although I don't know if he should like be like a striker. In fact,
yeah.
but his box to box playing,
He's
his
really good.
like he's
Yeah,
like a good false nine thing player. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously a temporary solution. Work on your finishing.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, to in the short term, I mean, you need to like work on it.
And you mentioned Jack Grealish. He was their big signing this summer when they couldn't get
Yeah.
Ronaldo or Kane. Talking about Grealish, it's 100 million price tag on him, and it's safe to say he hasn't lived up to it at all, right? What can be done? Was he even a necessary signing in first place, in your opinion?
I mean, give the man time, because
Yeah, of course, of course.
With Ferran Torres injured, Foden was made to play in the center.
Yeah,
Like, and Grealish's natural style of play, since he was like, let's be honest, the main man at Aston Villa, his natural
yeah,
style of play was cutting in
cutting in
and
exactly.
playing in the middle. And he
And
has so
inside
many
forward,
positions,
yeah,
like he can play, yeah, left, forward, center, attacking mid.
yeah.
So, and City has restricted him so much. Like Pep has restricted that you only have to play in the left, and that's kind of against his natural playing style. And
He
that's
did
why
play
I
as
do
a
think
yeah.
he's
He did play as a false
yeah,
nine in the Liverpool match, right? In the first half, they
yeah,
changed it
yeah.
up in the second half a bit, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he's also a good option for a false nine. Like,
yeah, definitely. He has all the traits for a
it
false nine.
definitely suits his game.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
he's really strong. He got calves of a Greek god. I mean, he's good with the ball. He's a good
Yeah,
dribbler. He's a good shooter as well, a finisher. So he has the traits in him, but I guess, as you said, he just
finisher. Yeah,
probably just needs time, right? And yeah, you can hear me, right, clearly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
talking about, again, focusing on Man City, obviously, we have three players, as I mentioned you before the recording. Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Joe Cancelo have been the three standout players for Man City this season. Why have they improved so much? I mean, there was so much talk of Bernardo Silva wanting to leave in the transfer window. Nothing happened. And he's playing as the best midfielder in the world right now. He was really great against the match, coming to today's match as well, against United.
Yeah, so honestly, I don't think he doesn't want, like, he still wants to stay. Like, I've been reading around, and it's not like since he's playing good, he still wants to stay at City.
Yeah.
I don't know, he should please do, Bernardo, if you're seeing this. But
Ishaan is requested, Bernardo stay.
yes, yes. So I don't know about Bernardo, but like Cancelo, I can see, because he's been given more play time. Like last season and all, Kyle Walker was always put above him, and when Mendy was still, people still had hope in Mendy.
Not
he
in
kept
prison.
on starting.
Maybe a better
Yeah,
answer.
yeah. Not even start in prison also. But now that they moved him to the left back, he's getting more playing time. He's getting more time to be creative. He's playing in his natural thing, which is to move forward. Like he's sometimes Pep plays him like the formation like 3-2-2 something, where he plays with Rodri that front. So he's playing like his natural in his natural style, and that's why I feel like he's improved a lot.
Yeah, and Cancelo has been playing in that inverted left back position, obviously, compared to our traditional. He's actually one of the only few players in the world who can play that well in the position. Even against today's match against Man United, he was everywhere. He is just, I can't believe. I mean, he was just immense today again. And Foden has improved so much this season. He's showing like he can be the guy along with Haaland and Mbappe, right, for the future of football. He scored a great goal against Liverpool. I mean, you must be happy, right? He's a Man City grown boy, and he's been so good this season.
We're not plastic. We don't buy everyone. But I mean, City is showing their youth is like to be very good. I mean, although Cole Palmer has played like 2 games, he has. I mean, he has shown like he's played well even against Club Brugge. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for that.
Pronunciation.
Yeah. And I mean, City's youth is rising. They've won the Premier League 2 also, which is like
I don't follow that much. I'm sorry. I mean, if you're saying
but I mean, so I mean, definitely like
a rising star.
I mean, it
sure.
Rising star, and it shows like City. It shows like to the haters that City doesn't always need to buy its players.
Exactly. And I mean, the fact that they have not sent him to loan. Like, we so often we do with our youth players, they just send him to loan. And he has the perfect guy for, his growth in his career, which is Pep Guardiola, how he did similar to Messi. He has that perfect guy in him for the guidance. And I mean, I'm really excited for his future, hoping for good things. And one more key player, a guy who was considered to be the best midfielder in the world, KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, has not shown any signs of that form this year. What could be the issue?
I mean, he had 2 injuries prior to the season, and this is the first half of the season. I mean, I guess he's still recovering. He had the ankle one and another one. So I mean, it takes time to get back from that, but I do feel after the Christmas break, he should be back, and I hope he's in peak form. Because like he is like the key player of City.
Exactly. And talking about City right now, we have, as you said, about the false sign system. There are so many players going in. Like even in one match, it's not like there's only one false sign. Do you think they should stick to just one guy playing that role per match, or is it okay that rotations in that position every match they help?
Pep, like being the overthinker, Pep, what he does, like he does rotate it a lot, but each player has their different style. So like if you put Mahrez in the false nine, you'll see him playing, like using his footwork insanely in the box and doing all his tricks and all. Then if you put someone like KDB, you'll see him making the plays even in the false nine, because his brain is built like that.
Exactly.
So rotating it does make sense. Rotating it does confuse the opposition teams. But every game, I mean, to some extent it doesn't work because no one ever gets used to that position, and it's still something new for every player that, okay, this time where do I play?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's okay.
Another player we have to talk about is Raheem Sterling. He's not been used much this season. He had a great Euro campaign, obviously, but since that he's not been played much. He hasn't played that great. Whenever he has played, he said he's open to leaving. What are your thoughts? Should he stay? Should he leave? Is he no longer an important part of the squad?
As soon as City signed Grealish, the questions popped up. Oh, what about Sterling? Was it an unnecessary buying?
Yeah.
And I mean, you can really see that his quality has deteriorated, at least for City.
Yeah.
For England, he's been playing spectacular, at
Yeah.
least in the Euros. So I think his time in the club has come to an end. I mean, it would be like sad to see him go because, like, well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he peaked here.
Yeah,
So
he did.
But if someone better can come in to replace, so because I was hearing rumors where they said they were willing to trade Sterling for Kane plus some amount.
Yeah.
So I
Which
would
one?
some money amount. So like,
Oh, okay. I had Mount. I was like Mason Mount.
oh no, not Mason
Yeah,
Mount.
okay.
Like a cash amount.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I would be happy for that
Yeah.
because in the left you already have Foden, you have Grealish now, and you have I mean, what I'm trying to say is you have replacement options.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say he's not an important part of the squad now.
Yeah.
But his disinterest also has showed that it may be time for him to move on.
leave.
And I wouldn't. I mean, I'd be sad, but I mean, if it's better for the club, then
it is what it is, right? But we have to talk. Raheem Sterling, he can play well in the role of a striker, right? I mean, I saw the Liverpool match. In the second half, when he was substituted, he did make those runs behind the line of defense that strikers usually do. I mean, for whatever time he is still there in the club, should he try to be used as a striker?
I mean, Pep can experiment with him. I don't know why, because I think other players are in better form than he is in right now.
Yeah.
Because you have your Gundogan, you have your Bernardo Silva, you have your De Bruyne. Although De Bruyne's not in the peak form,
yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
he'll still always be on the pitch.
Yeah.
And you have Foden. So I don't think Pep has the. I mean, I wouldn't say he doesn't want to experiment, but right now there are better options, and it may be too late. I mean, I hate to say it, but
yeah.
It is what it is.
Exactly, as you said. And one more area we have to cover for Man City is that defensive strategies have been little shaky this season. Right, last season after Ruben Dias came, he strengthened that defense so much. Right, that partnership with Stones was one of the main reasons they won the title. They made a title charge. This season, Pep has of course tried Laporte instead of Stones, with mixed results. Right, Laporte was of course responsible for the goal they conceded against Crystal Palace, and then he got the red card. He hasn't been great. Should he stick back? He played Stones today again because Laporte was injured. Should he stick with Stones and Diaz, that combination, which he knows works?
I mean, yeah, Stones and Diaz is the combination which worked last season, this season as well.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I feel City don't have a lot of options when it comes to defense, because you say you replace Cancelo with Zinchenko, right?
Yeah.
He has one tendency to run off somewhere. Like he has one midfield mindset and not really a defense. So what happened in West Ham was they put Nathan Ake and Zinchenko. Ake was anyways very shaky, and Zinchenko was just running off wherever he wanted, and that's why like they just kept on hammering that left side.
Yeah, and he was too inverted, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So City doesn't have the like they don't have the flexibility with defense, because if you stick to Diaz or Stones, if one of them gets injured, there's not much you can do. Because so I think what Pep is trying to do is like trying to build in that Diaz Stones connection with the other defenders as well, so that if something happens to any of the main defensive players, you can give in like a replacement, because Laporte is a very good player, but I mean that Diaz Stones connection also is there. And
they're used to playing with each other, right? Last season.
Exactly. So I think Pep wants to build that. I'm using FIFA terminology here, but he wants to build that green chemistry line between all the defenders.
And I just wanted to hear from you. Where do you think Man City are going to end up in this season table? Winners, second to Chelsea. Chelsea look like the front runners at this point. Where do you think they're going to end up?
I'm gonna say second to Chelsea. Chelsea, like I hate
Chelsea
to
have
say it,
been,
but
yeah. Champions League? Are they going to choke it again? Or
I mean, they did lose to PSG. I don't want them to lose again.
Yeah.
But I think they can reach the semis.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it's going to be easy to the semis, but if we get relatively decent draws, maybe like Juve or something,
Yeah.
There's definitely a
Juve,
shot.
even Barca, yeah, pretty easy to beat.
Yeah, Barca though, I'm gonna put it a little below Juve as of now. But
Put us below all clubs, man. We're playing with that. It's okay. Yeah.
But semis, I think we have a good shot.
Yeah.
Finals, I mean, it depends on the draws again, and if someone decides to pull off on Ajax, so
you never know. I mean, Ajax can pull off an Ajax, right? They've been really good. Even
I mean, they sold all of the stars,
and they're still so good, right? And they beat Dortmund twice. They're top of the group, right, at the moment. I mean, all credits go to Ten Hag, obviously, a man wanted by Manchester United. And another standard question: who's the player of the season? The player of the season for Manchester City? Bernardo Silva. The obvious choice, I would say, at the moment.
Yeah. That or Cancelo, those are two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Cancelo is really underrated, in my opinion, because
he's the best fullback in the world right now.
Like, he and probably Trent Alexander-Arnold, both of them are. Of course, Trent is more of a traditional fullback, where Cancelo is inverted. But honestly, man, left foot, right foot, he is so versatile. He can dribble well with the ball. He's a good passer.
He can play the left or right.
Exactly. Hopefully, I think people have to understand how tough it is to play that role and how well he is playing it. Yeah. Exactly. Even Kyle Walker has been good this season. He's not. Yeah. He's not the best in the inverted role. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Today's game he played inverted like so well.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw Cancelo taking the traditional fullback approach while Kyle Walker went fully inverted. So it was actually like the formation was tilting towards the left and
what
just hammering that.
What I've learned with Pep Guardiola teams, the numbers don't matter. Because everyone knows what they're doing, but it keeps on changing every minute, right? And I have to say they played such beautiful football today. Really, it was a joy to see. It makes you good, right? When everyone's so comfortable with the ball, look like men versus boys, but it's United, right? United with the manager.
They lost to young boys. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys lost to Crystal Palace, so I mean, the occasional defeat does happen, no issue. But yeah. And that's it for this episode. Thank you for coming on this episode, Ishaan. It was so fun to have you, man. I wish City the best of luck for the remaining season. They're the side of Manchester I prefer. But yeah, great having you. And yeah, thanks for watching. Who all watched till now. Leave a like, subscribe, and tune in for more content. Thank you.